Bill Ackman is one of the world's best known investors, and please say he's with me today to talk about markets. What's your outlook for 2023? I mean, this year's been not very good for most investors. Do you think we'll get a better year next year?
I would guess probably, although I think predicting the market in the short term is a bit of a sucker's game, if you excuse the expression. I think the Federal Reserve, I think people understand, is going to continue to raise rates. You know, getting to something approaching a 5% short-term Fed funds rate, and that rate staying there for an extended period of time, you know, i.e. probably most of 2023. So there's not any subsidy, if you will, to the markets coming from the Federal Reserve. There's basically the opposite. And that, of course, will also be, it's already having the effect of restraining the economy and hopefully inflation. I think once the market starts to see inflation taper, and if inflation tapers pretty quickly, they can begin to predict that the Federal Reserve is going to take its foot off the brake a bit and perhaps start taking down rates. I think that will be a perceived and probably likely buying opportunity. So I think that's a potential catalyst more toward the end of 2023 for markets to, people starting to getting excited about owning equities again. We still have the overhang of a war, right, in Ukraine. And does that continue for another 6, 9, 12 months, 2 years? I think it's not knowable, but unfortunately, I think it continues. And I think that will, continue to cloud the economic picture in Europe. I think it will continue to have an impact on energy prices, food prices. So it's a challenging time. And, we try to find businesses that are incredibly resilient, and we call sort of super durable growth companies, businesses that regardless of what's going on in the world, people are going to listen to more music next year on more devices, with more apps on TikTok or otherwise. And that's why we like owning Universal Music, which is a royalty on people listening to music. We think people are going to be continuing to renovate their homes, which is why we like an interest rate environment where you can't move, because moving means you got to give up your 3% mortgage to get a 7% mortgage. We think people want to upgrade, are going to upgrade their own homes. They're going to be going to the Home Depots and Lowe's of the world. So we try to find these super resilient businesses. Most of our companies are very, I would say, North American centric. They make most, if not all, of their profits in the U.S. And in this world, I would say, unfortunately, I like owning a very U.S. centric portfolio.